For quite some time now, the Flair NEO has been the go-to brewer for budget-conscious or beginner baristas. It's fairly priced, pretty well built, and easy enough to use, and so far nothing has really come along to replace it until now. The Flair NEO is being undercut by Flair with its new model, the Flair NEO Flex, which I have here. And I'm gonna give you, not like a review, because I can't just tell you, oh, this is the perfect brewer for your house, because I don't know you. But I am gonna give you my impression of it and how I think it stacks up to the original NEO, starting with what's actually different aside from the obvious. Hey, this is me from the end of the video. This was sent to me for free, little disclaimer. So was this, but it was a long time ago. However, Flair does not get to see this video ahead of time. They did not give me any cash, as much as I wish they had. And everything I say in this video is my honest and true opinion. My goal is always to show you the most accessible and affordable espresso and coffee options, and that's all I'm doing here. Stock in the box, you got a pressurized basket and a standard basket if you have a real good grinder. That's an optional upgrade for the NEO. Both come with the awful, heavily debated tamp, a dosing funnel, the brew chamber, and a piston. Difference with the piston though, the NEO Flex has a slightly different design, this little foil cap here. That little foil cap is for if you're pushing down on this thing and it's just not going anywhere, and for whatever reason your common sense took a day off and you decide to just keep going. Instead of damaging the frame or the piston itself, that foil cap will bust and it'll release excess pressure out the top. Should you decide to do that, they give you an extra. I think the best option is to not do that. As for brewing, it's much of the same. You still gotta preheat that chamber. Oh, also the Flex comes with a little cap for this. So you can, I don't know, hold heat in there a little better. I'm cool with it. I'm not angry at it. I'm not mad at that at all. Let's just get this out of the way. Literally get that out of my face. I prefer this, just flat out. I prefer the NEO Flex over the original NEO. The NEO Flex comes in at about $100, which I think is more than fair. You're getting a really good home espresso machine for $100. With the option to start small with a pressurized basket, meaning you don't need to have a really high-end grinder. You can just go to your local cafe and say, hey, grind me up some coffee. And they'll do it for you, and you can put it in here and pull a nice little shot of espresso. I'm gonna use the regular basket, because I can. As I mentioned earlier, all of this is the same except for the body, so you can get a pressure gauge for this as well, little upgrades here and there to make this super budget-friendly machine even better. Hey, quick correction here. Apparently the NEO Flex is not compatible with the pressure gauge. I reached out to my boy at Flair, I asked why. He said it has to do with the way that they redesigned the hinge. So it doesn't work. So if you go to use the pressure gauge with the NEO Flex, you may find yourself somewhat disappointed that it does not fit and it does not work with the NEO Flex. So don't even bother trying, because you will find yourself espresso-less. Like I said, if you get the NEO Flex, don't even bother playing around with the pressure gauge. It will not fit. That's it. That's my correction. My bad, guys. There's really no part of the Flex that I don't like so far. The build quality is pretty good for its cost. They sent me this for free, as I mentioned earlier, and whenever brands do that, it kind of makes you really want to find what's wrong with it, because you don't want to sound like you're lying in order to appease the brand who gave you something for free. But I really don't dislike anything about the Flex when I take into account who it's for. To me, it kind of feels like the main difference is that the NEO, the original NEO, was kind of designed as a budget option for Flairs. The NEO Flex seems more like it's a budget option for espresso in general. So this is for your budget-conscious Flair users, but this is for your budget-conscious just espresso enthusiast or beginner espresso enthusiasts. For $100, it makes an excellent shot of espresso, but as with any brewer, it's only as good as you. If you're not good at making coffee, you gotta get good at making coffee. Because let me tell you, nothing's gonna just do it for you and make a good result. It's you who's making the coffee. This is just a tool. Why am I saying that? In conclusion, Flair NEO Flex, despite being the budget option of the NEO itself, in my opinion, is the superior model. Yeah, it's a lower quality material being made of plastic, but I don't think that's to its detriment. It just makes it more affordable and more accessible to more people. And it makes people more willing to get into espresso, which I think is a pretty cool hobby to be in. For $100, I just don't think you're gonna beat this in terms of ease of use, quality, and size. That's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video talking about the Flair NEO Flex. I know I don't post very often these longer videos, but I had a good time doing it. Can I let you in on a secret? This is my third time recording this. The first time I didn't like it. The second time, I loved it. And when I got home to edit it, I accidentally deleted all the footage. I have a cold right now, so I'm like all over the place. And so this is my third attempt, and I think that's why this whole thing is very loosey-goosey.